Hello and welcome to another edition of Real Talk. Well, it was another amazing weekend this weekend with 906 properties going to market and 79% clearance rate. I don't think we've had a clearance rate under 70% for a couple of months now, which is fantastic. And even the grand final didn't really impact on anything whatsoever. So the good news is the investor market is alive and well, but gosh, that homeowner market, everyone keeps waiting for it to slow down. I see absolutely no sign of it whatsoever. In fact, we know that the homeowner market's 43%. I don't see it slowing at all. In fact, if anything else, I'm seeing panic buying at the moment. I've just helped a client of mine who's been in my program for 6 years get her home ready for sale. And the agents out in her suburb are saying 7 to 10 days on market. I just couldn't believe it, quite frankly. But while the property market is alive and well, the share market is a little bit all over the place at the moment, and commodities are doing my head in. I mean, coal's been down for ages. Now all of a sudden coal's at an all-time high because it's perceived to be low on supply. I would have thought low on supply would equal the requirement of coal that we need in the market today. So it is a confusing time. There's no doubt about it. So coal's up and gold is down. At the end of the day, I think it really is just a sign of international instability. Of course, the US has this massive election. I can't wait, like probably all of you, for it to be over. And at the moment, the Australian dollar against the US dollar is actually down 5%. And the against the pound, where actually the Australian dollar has performed 25% better than the pound, but that's no surprise at the moment with the post-Brexit. It really appears that England is somewhat divided at the moment. It really appears that the core central London district is very, very pro-Brexit. Of course, the people in the rural areas are really concerned about it. And it's no surprise because the rural is all about trade and, once again, commodity and exports, imports. So that would not be surprising whatsoever. But interestingly enough, when the Prime Minister confirmed that they were absolutely going to go with the Brexit, and Action Section 50, the pound dropped 8%, recovered 3% overnight. So it really is literally up and down at the moment. But back to international markets, or continuing on international markets, the Chinese government came out with their recent growth figures, and they were down on what the analysts were expecting. No surprise though, once again, the Chinese government is putting so much time and energy at the moment into cutting down on corruption and cutting down on money leaving the country, which coincides beautifully with Australia's anti-laundering policies and, of course, the stringent controls around that at the moment. But it's really being endorsed at the moment with the cutting down of corruption. Of course, the Crown employees being I guess imprisoned overseas at the moment. That's quite a concern, but it's a massive, massive signal to the market that the Chinese government is serious about cutting down on corruption, cutting down on gambling, cutting down on laundering of money. So it's alive and well. And I think we'll see a little bit of instability and possibly a little bit of fluctuation in growth figures there, because it's really recalibrating their economy to some extent. But overall, we're very, very busy here at Solid. We're getting ready for Christmas, which is great because invites to our annual event will go out shortly. And that's probably it from me. So thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to joining you next week. Thanks again.